EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Action continues at the 7th. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing it right, Rich. It's just, you compared to the top, when he goes after it like he is here.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Has it, now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Pretty good shot, Frank, just inside of 20 feet.
19 feet is what we're hearing.
Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. chance to get it close here. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
This is a good-looking shot. On the green in regulation. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Par 4 11th, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right. But it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough. But a good tee shot's still going to leave you a lengthy second.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
The second shot now to the par 4. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey. He does not feel like he deserves it.
Now at -2 for the day. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here?
Oh, Rich, there's only one way. That's the airboat. We're in Florida.
Rev it up. What a super day of golf we saw here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club along the St. Johns River. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long from all of us at EA Sports. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a line like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And he makes it for par. Now to the second, par 3, 225 yards. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young Bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron to this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Well, it's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Comfortably knocks it in.
What a hole this is, Frank. Par 3, 4, 250 yards, and we're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. That'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. So 2 rounds in the books. Frank, that was fun.
It certainly was. It bodes well for the weekend. Saw a lot of good players that seem to actually have a good fit for this golf course. So that bodes well for the next 36 holes.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Getting set now over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands, par 5, and it's a good one, 635 yards.
I'm loving that balance.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Pretty good shot right there. Good solid par right there. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the... Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the balance?
Just pulverized that golf ball.
Woo, that is long.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Good putt. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the three-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
This one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. And it makes the green in regulation. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
And he's putting for par now. He'll take par and move on. 8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
This is an awkward length. Rich, it's been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Good swing, good shot yet again. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Settles in over the putt. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards.
Ball just took off the face. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Safely aboard. Par yesterday, and for birdie. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. Second shot, good look at the green. It is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Solid play, heart of the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So a steady climber with the par into the top 10.
Yeah, another scrapper.
17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find a nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Drops for a birdie. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So a tester from 4 feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.